there too, but it doesn't, to me, it's not laid out in verbiage or anything like that for what you're actually showing us and we're actually doing. That's why I'm kind of behind and confused. Because in the
Okay,
book it doesn't lay it out the way you have for us step by step, and it actually, I mean, from what I see and what you're doing, it's completely different. There's a lot of
okay, I'm gonna grab my study guide to show you, okay? Hold on.
Okay, okay.
Okay, which one did you want me to look up real quick?
How about the cleansing one, the first one that we do that has all those steps that we have to go through, the exfoliating and all that?
Okay, so like the waxing ones are on chapter 11. They're after the chapter 11 in your study guide. And then, let me see, chapter 10 is facials, so it should be, yeah, okay.
Angela, are you referring to the state board ones or the ones that we do in the book?
Like this.
Not the ones we do in the book, the ones that she's been having us actually do hands-on. Like
The state board?
when I was actually in class, like what it is that she's having us do multiple times, that's what I need to know how to do, because I don't know how to do that. Like the massage, the whole routine, like I have yet to see that done properly.
You're talking about
So
the massage period.
that's what I'm missing.
You're talking about the massage itself or the rubrics though? The rubrics doesn't break down the massage.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, then that's why I can't find a rubric on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
class.
okay.
Okay, so when you get here on Thursday, okay, I will show you what we're talking about so that you understand. But I'll give you, did you get one of those sheets with the massage?
I do have the sleeve with the marker and everything. I do have that.
Okay, but it does, the one that has the manipulations on it.
Yes, I have that as well.
Okay, so that's what we're doing, is we're just going across the top from left to right.
Okay. All right.
Megan, that's what I was going to ask too. If you need one of those sheets, if you can come by the school, I will give you one. I'm not sure if they gave you one when you came in or not. That gave you massage manipulations. Did she come back yet? Maybe she hasn't come back yet. No? I'll see her. All right, go ahead, Angela, I'm sorry. I now recorded this, so it's, let me just let everybody, it's Tuesday and we forgot to turn the recording on, or I did. So you're gonna have only an hour, like 45 minutes on this one today. That's recorded. But if you need to go through the manipulations, there's a video if you go onto lab, okay? And I've gone through the esthetician facial and it shows you the manipulations on there.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Okay, so it'll go through like, you know, how many times you do this, right? And I just
that's what I need. That's the part I need so that I can do it with you guys in class. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that I didn't get that part yet. So.
Okay, so that's what you have to practice now to keep up. Okay, because when you come back in here on Thursday, we're, you know, that's all we're going to be doing is practicals.
Right. So that's why I want to be on top of it. I don't want to be behind.
All right. So let's go into the galvanic because we got to see how that one worked and you got to play with it just a little bit. But I'm going to give you some terms really quick. So I'm going to have you write them down. Okay. And the first word you're going to learn is galvanic current. Okay. And this definition would have been in your, you know, your key terms when we did chapter 6. So it's a constant and direct current. And just an FYI, it's the only one out of the 4 machines that you learn that is direct current, okay? Everybody else is alternating. All right. Now you're gonna write in there, it uses a positive/negative pole. Okay, it uses a positive/negative pole to produce chemical reactions. And then you're going to write using electricity. Oh, Megan's right there. Okay. she go? Did you get in, Megan? I saw her up there for a minute and then, oh, there she is. Okay. Sorry. Okay, Megan? Good morning, hon. I need to see your face and not your beautiful picture.
Hi.
Okay. Join the rest of us. We're all kind of like that this morning, okay? All right, so we're taking notes for this. Their first word was galvanic current. So if you write galvanic current and then just leave some space at the end of class, I'll go back to that for you, okay? In your notes.
Okay.
Okay, so our second word is going to be polarity. Okay, polarity. And it just means the direction the electric current is flowing. The direction the electric current is flowing. Okay. Our next word is ion, I-O-N. And this is an atom or a molecule that carries an electrical charge. So an atom or a molecule that carries an electrical charge. Okay. Our next word is iontophoresis, and I'm going to spell it. It's iontophorEsis. Okay. And it's the process of introducing a water-soluble solution into the skin using electricity. So it's a water-soluble, or the process of introducing a water-soluble solution into the skin by an electric current, or by using electricity, either one. Okay. Has everybody got it written down? Okay. Your next word is going to be cataphoresis, okay? And that's CATAPHORESIS. It's only like 4 more after this, okay? All right. This is the process of forcing a positive, okay, the process of forcing a positive / acid solution into the skin using galvanic current. So the process of forcing a positive / acid solution into the skin by using galvanic current. Okay. Are you guys ready for the next one already? Okay. Anaphoresis. Okay. It's ANAPHORESIS. Okay. And this is the process of forcing a negative / alkaline solution. The process of forcing a negative / alkaline solution into the skin using galvanic current. Okay. So basically, we're gonna give you your little lecture now. I think you can pretty much take my notes from this point forward, okay? Do you remember what an anode and a cathode is? Okay, let me go through those two just to make sure you have those in there, okay? Your anode is the electrode for the positive pole, okay? It's the electrode for the positive pole. And your cathode, C-A-T-H-O-D-E, okay, is the electrode for your negative pole. Okay, what I want you to remember here is electrode has ODE on the last three letters, and so does your anode and cathode. So you remember they're all together, okay? The electrodes are called anode and cathode depending on the polarity, the positive or negative. Okay, so your galvanic current, and this is strictly from the textbook because this is a textbook question. It is a low voltage, galvanic current is a low voltage, high amperage current, okay? Low voltage, high amperage. So these are your notes you need to write down, okay? It's low voltage, high amperage. Okay. All right, and so basically its function, okay, is to introduce these solutions into the skin to get into the deeper tissues of the skin, okay? Areas we can't actually reach with our fingers or our hands or anything else, okay? So we're using electricity to do the work for us. So the galvanic current has two actual functions, okay? The first one is to introduce your negative solution, which is known as disincrustation. And let me spell that word for you. D-E-S-I-N-C-R-U-S-T-A-T-I-O-N. Okay, that's its first job, okay? That disincrustation solution is an alkaline-based product, okay, or solution that goes down into the follicle as it applied to the skin, and you're using that electricity now, that current, to force it deeper into the tissue. So you're trying to get it into the follicle. So those blackheads that have been sitting on your nose for years, okay, that never turned into a pimple or anything, and they never got any worse, they just sit there for years. You can't really try to take the impaction out of them because they've gotten sticky and hardened on the inside of your follicle, okay? So what happens when you're using that alkaline solution, it softens it, okay? But it also makes like a tornado effect inside the follicle so that it can pull that stuff off the sidewalls inside your follicle. So that when you go to do the impaction removal, it actually comes out very easily. In fact, when you're working on the nose, you can literally just push your nose to the side like this and it will actually squirt out for you. That's how easy it is. But it normally would not be that easy. Okay, so that galvanic current would be used in the negative pole, all right, and using your alkaline solution to soften up that sebum. And there's a word in there they call saponification. I'll spell it in a second, but saponification basically is the chemical reaction when those chemicals react with the salts in your body. And that's what tries to like melt that sebum. So that hard, tacky stuff that was in there now is melted. So it's easy to get out of there. So it's called SAPONIFICATION, okay? And it's the chemical reaction. When those chemicals react with the salts in your body, it makes it like liquefied. That's basically what it's doing. Okay. All right, another test question might be this, okay? Years and years and years and years ago, before they came out with products that lighten the skin, okay, they used this as a bleaching agent. And what they would do was take an orange and cut the orange in half, all right? And so you have the meat of the orange, kind of like when you have a little star in there. That's how I want you to just slice it. You're going to put the electrode through the skin And then you've got the orange stick like this, and you're going to move it on the face, okay, with the current. So what it's trying to do is lighten that skin. Because oranges are 3.0 on the pH scale, that's the lowest we can go on an acid side on the face. So we cannot use lemons on someone. That's literally a 2, okay? But we can use the 3, and they would use it to bleach. Now, nowadays we have bleaching creams, and we have glycolics, and we have things to lift and lighten that skin. But back then, the only way that we're going to lighten that skin was by using an orange in the galvanic machine. Okay, so that's the neat way to do it. All right, once you've used this galvanic in the negative force, okay, to soften that sebum, you're going to go over the areas that need the extractions, not the entire face unless it's on the entire face. You're going to go about 5 minutes, okay, over the entire face, going over areas where she has the blemishes. Your client's going to complain about tingling, like little needles going over it, okay? That's your indicator to tell her or tell yourself how strong that current is, because you don't want it too strong, but you want enough to get in there and clean up that follicle. So when it's going over just a regular blackhead, she may not feel it at all and tell you to turn it up. But when you go over a blemish, she will feel it. Now, there's different depths. When you're on a cheek, you can go a little bit stronger, okay, because there's a lot of meat right there. When it's on your forehead or your chin where the skin is a little bit thinner, you're going to have to go a little bit lighter. So you're not going to go as heavy with the current. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So once you've done your 5 minutes for your electricity, now you're going to remove your extractions. Okay. So you're going to glove up, basically. Put tissues on your little fingers. I'll show you how to make little Muppet puppets. They're called Muppet puppets. So you're going to use that to remove the impaction. Once you've removed the impaction, there is a solution, your post-extraction solution, that you're going to apply to it. Just to the areas where you've done your extractions, okay? All right, so now we're going to switch the polarity, okay? So we're going to go back to our electrodes, and this time you're going to be using your anode, okay? And you're going to use the positive pole, all right? You're going to apply a serum into the skin, and basically it's going to try and close that down. It's going to inject the nutrients into the skin and close down that follicle. Whereas when you had your alkaline, it opened it up, okay? So now we have to close it back down. So you can run that about 2 to 3 minutes over the areas where you actually applied that solution, or after doing the extraction, I mean. All right. Those are basically the steps that we took when we were doing it in here, correct? You actually hooked up to the negative pole the very first time. I let you all do that while you were here. And then we were told we had to do our extractions, and then we switched the polarity so that we could close it back down. All right, let me give you the benefits of what the negative pole and what the positive poles do to the skin, right? On the negative, it's going to stimulate the circulation. Okay, stimulate the circulation of blood. It's going to force your alkaline solution, which is known as your disincrustation solution, into the skin. It's going to force it in there. And the third one is it's going to melt that sebum, literally liquefy it. Liquefy the sebum for easy removal. Okay.
Well,
Griselda, you have to go slow. I don't know what it is about that when you come on and speak. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask me again.
It's because I have you on a Bluetooth speaker because I can't hear it on my phone.
Okay, so I
I
couldn't
just
hear you.
asked. Oh, sorry. I just asked what the second one was. It was stimulate circulation of blood, and then the second one was
To force the disincrustation solution into the skin. Because that solution's alkaline. Go ahead and force it in there.
okay. Thank you.
Okay, and you got the third one, right? Okay,
Yes.
all right. So just think of it, there's a, like, I think of this as cleansing and toning the face with electricity. That's the best way to explain it to you in a short version, right? All right, so your positive pole now, think of it as like your astringent, okay? Something that's gonna soothe the nerves. So it's number one, okay, is to decrease the circulation of blood, okay? And by decreasing the circulation of blood, it's gonna lessen the skin's redness, okay? So it's not gonna be so inflamed or irritated after you do this. So if you're doing extractions normally, okay, you know how the face gets a little red where you were working? Okay, when you use the positive pull on this, it calms it down so it doesn't end up looking like it's bruised and red where you've been, you know, extracting that. So the second one is going to force an astringent or acid solution into the skin like an astringent or serum. So it's forcing an astringent or acid solution into the skin. Okay, and the third one is to close the pores after extractions. Okay, I'm actually going to give you the solution, the disincrustation solution formula, okay? In case you don't, you don't have the solution we use here at the school. You're going to mix up 1 teaspoon of baking soda to 8 ounces of distilled water. Should be about 8.5 on the pH scale, that solution. Okay. All right.
Miss
Gives you an
Jeannie,
idea.
what was the, sorry, can you repeat the solution again?
1 teaspoon of baking soda, okay, to 8 ounces of distilled water, okay. Now the stuff that we use here at the school is that, but it also has some essential oils in it also, okay. That's because it's Dermalogica's, you know, disincrustation solution. But basically you can make your own at home, okay. I've done it here when I was out of this, you know, the solution we use from Dermalogica, and I mixed it up myself so that we could just use it. I wouldn't keep it on the shelf, you know, I'd dispose of it after you've used it. It's like, it's not something you can mix up a whole bunch of it right before and keep it on the shelf for like, you know, days or weeks or whatever. Just mix it up when you're using it that day. Okay, so during this procedure, the client's gonna be holding which electrode, the positive or the negative?
The positive?
Yes, client's gonna be holding the positive. Okay, I just wanna make sure you're still with me here. All right. So the client might also taste a metallic taste. I always say it tastes like nickels or pennies, you know, you actually sucked on a coin when you were a kid, that funny taste. They might tell you, it tastes like metallics in my mouth. Okay, that's normal, okay? And that little prickling feeling that they feel too, that's also normal, okay? If the current's too high, you wanna lower it just a little bit. Okay. We're going to go into your positive action, okay? When you close it back down, right? And you're going to be using the positive and the client's going to be holding the negative, correct? Now I've said this a few times, when you use the galvanic to open up the pores or you're using electricity to open it, you've got to use electricity to close it. Okay, that's like a must. Okay, so what I'm gonna have you guys doing today after you leave here, okay, you're gonna actually make me a pH scale. So I'm gonna give you 2 examples, okay? A pH scale is a scale that goes from 0 to 14. I don't know if you can see this, because I can't see my face. Let me see if I can change the gallery view. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's similar to this. Okay. All right, and I'm going to give you another one that's actually color. Hold on. Here's a nice, pretty one. Okay. It looks like this. We can see the whole thing. Can you see, you guys, all of it? Okay. So what you're going to do is make a pH scale. Okay, and I'm going to give you some things that I want you to find where their pH is and place it on this scale. Okay. So here are your little notes for this. Okay. 0 to 6.99 is going to be your acid side. Okay. Okay, it's also the positive on the machine. And 7, I want you to write distilled water on. And then 14, 7.01 to 14 is alkaline. And the 14 on this side is going to be lye, L-Y-E, or drain cleaner. Okay. All right. 0, I want to remind you, is going to be battery acid. Okay. And then I want you to put 4.5 to 5.5 is skin. And 3.0 is the lowest acid we can use, okay, which is an orange, but you're going to find other things that are a 3. So out of all those numbers, I want you to find things in our industry or things that are in your home that you can actually put as examples. So you can like use orange for the 3.0, okay? I was telling you orange, lemons were 2, you know, I want you to find the things, look it up online, different types of numbers where they sit on the pH scale to give you an idea of what that pH is used for, okay? Anything that's on the negative side is going to be opening up, okay? And anything on the acid side is going to be closing it back down again, okay? And you know, you're thinking, well, how does an acid like glycolics work if they're on the acid side? They work by dissolving things instead of just, you know, closing it up. It also breaks down. So I think of it as like a Pac-Man when it's eating all that dead skin, okay? Or closing it back down. Do you have an idea of what I want you to do, everyone?
Miss Jane, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What was the very first number you said for on the scale? It was 0.69.
6.99.
Okay, and then what did you say the scale started at?
So water? Is that what
No,
you're
because
saying?
you said it was a number to 14.
Oh, okay. 0 to 14 is the pH scale itself. Okay. So 0 to 6.99 is going to be your acid side. Okay. 7.01 to 14 is going to be your alkaline side. Okay. So 0 is going to be like battery acid from your car in your car. Okay. And 14 is going to be lye or like drain cleaner. So I'm giving you an example on both sides of that pH scale because the middle would be water, distilled water. So what happens is this: the lower the number, the stronger the acid. The higher the number, the stronger the alkaline. All right. So if both of my hands are out like this, okay, as I add water to it, it comes to the middle, then it's just straight water. Does that make sense? Okay. So you're going to be telling me the different types of products that fall within the alkaline for each number that you should have at least 1 or 2, okay? For each
Can
number.
you send us a picture of the scale?
Okay, So my scale went like this. Okay, I just kind of went like a curve, like a half C. You see that? And then I had 0 on one side and then acid on the other. So if you were doing this yourself, on your left-hand side would be your acid and your right-hand side would be your alkalines. Okay, so you're gonna go 0 to 14. Does that make sense now?
Yes.
Could you see my little, yeah, that.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. You can do it just, you know, straight across if you want to, and then just line them up, because that's what this one did, okay? But this one was like different. It was in color, so it's on our wall here at the school because I keep it up there, but just so that you can see it. Does that make sense? Okay. Are there any questions so far about what we've discussed, either this morning or now, because this morning's lecture was not recorded? I feel bad, I'm sorry. No? How about today's assignment? Everyone understands that? Okay, in order to get credit for this, so that I can give you the extra 2 hours today, right? You have to turn it in today and you have to be on the zip whip, let's say like for 2 hours. So Megan, it won't take you 2 hours to do this, okay? So you're going to send me a text message at the school saying, Miss Janie, I'm starting now. And then when you're ready, after the 2 hours, you're gonna send me another text saying, I'm finished, okay? So that's, everybody has to send in the time when they start and when they finish. Okay, otherwise I can't record the time for you on this, okay? It's not.
So this is for the extra 2 hours to make it 8
Yes.
hours?
Mhm.
Okay.
So if you want more than 6 hours today, you'll do this assignment and then stay on, send me a text 2 hours of you being on, okay? And take a picture of your pH scale and then send that also to the zip, which is the text messaging.
So we don't have to do 6 hours anymore? It's just 4?
No, you're gonna be doing 6.
Oh, wait. So wait,
This is 8, okay? So you got 2 this morning, right?
yes.
So I can give you 4 or I can give you 6.
Got it, okay.
Okay, that's okay. Because I'm gonna give you another chapter to read, okay? That's why. It's okay. It's like, okay, wait a minute, that's not enough work, huh? All right, hold on 1 second. I don't have my book in front of me. Take me a minute to find this. Stephanie, are you there? What's our next
Yeah, I'm
chapter?
here.
Because I don't have my sheet in front of me.
Oh, okay. Let me look at the picture right now.
Yeah.
I have it.
I know, huh? I think it is. But I think it might be 2, but I'm not sure.
Sorry, I'm scrolling back. I'll find it. It's right here.
It's chemistry, I think. Right?
Which chapter is chemistry?
7. I had to pull that out. Okay, so I'm going to give you keywords for chapter 7. Give me 1 second to get your little keywords out, all right? Okay. You ready for your keywords?
Yeah, it's chapter 7.
Okay, hold on 1 second there. Let me get my little Bible out here. All right. Your first word is going to be organic chemistry. Oh, sorry. Okay, second word is inorganic chemistry. Okay. Third is solids, liquids. I won't have time until later to do this. That's why I was going to have you guys write this. Okay, liquids, gases. You have physical change and a chemical change. So both of them, physical change and chemical change. Energy, okay. Elements, atoms. You guys tell me to hold if you need me to stop. Okay, atoms, protons, neutrons, and electrons. So protons, neutrons, and electrons. A nucleus, molecule, compounds, biochemistry, proteins, carbs, and lipids. All right, there's a couple more, so hang on. I'm pretty sure there's part 2 on this. Okay. Part 2 is going to be pH. What does the pH stand for? Okay. Acids, alkalines, bases, acid mantle, solution, solvent, solute, suspension, and fatty alcohols. Okay, those are chapter 7. So your homework basically is you have to read the chapter, okay, and do the key terms tonight. All right.
What was the key term before fatty alcohols?
Hold on. Suspension. Because when we come to like solutions from that part forward, but not fatty alcohols, all of those are characteristics of ingredients that we use, or like how they're actually made. We use those type of solutions. There's like 6 of them, I think.
What was the one right before suspension?
Huh?
What was the one? Yeah.
Hang on, I'm gonna pull that. Okay. Before suspensions was solute, S-O-L-U-T-E. So I'll read the ones from pH just to make sure you guys have them, okay? pH, acids, alkaline, bases, acid mantle, solution, solvent, solute, suspension, and fatty alcohols. Okay, you want me to go through the first group with you really quick? Okay. Organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, solids, liquids, gases, physical change, chemical change, energy, elements, atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons, nucleus, molecule, compounds, biochemistry, proteins, carbs, and lipids, L-I-P-I-D-S. Okay, so you have, this is what you have. Study guides for that, chapter 7. Okay, because we'll start chapter 7 tomorrow. Okay, you all with me? Yeah. Okay, so you're reading chapter 7, you've got study guide, and you have key terms to do. Okay, that will give you 8 hours if you do all that today. Okay. All right, if you're not staying the extra 2 hours, you're gonna work up until then. So there's quite a bit that you can get done in like 4 more hours. All right, Megan, what we're talking about is you're contracted for 6 hours, but if you're doing all of this work, I will give you 8. So tomorrow I will check the zip whips to see if you've clocked in and clocked out for the extra 2 hours. Okay. Are you there, hon? Oh.
How do I get on the zip whip
Okay,
thing?
okay, zip whip is a text messaging. So if you just text message this telephone number at 209-526-2040, which is the school number, you just send a text message to it.
It was 526 what?
526-2040.
Okay.
Okay,
So I have to text you for 2 hours or for 4 hours?
okay. So the 4 hours you don't have to, but the 2 hours you do, okay?
Okay.
During the 4 hours, you're going to go onto the computer, the lab on Pivot Point. Do you know how to get onto that yet?
Yeah, I think I did that on my orientation.
Okay, so I'm gonna let the rest of the class go ahead and go, and then I'm gonna tell you how to get on there, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Miss Janie, I have one more question.
Uh-huh. Go
So
ahead.
are we finishing the study guide tonight while we read the chapter 7?
Yes, get as far as you can for the 4 hours that you
Okay.
have. That's what part of the 6 hours if you want it. And then if you want to continue, you can do the 2 hours is the pH scale, remember?
Yeah. I was just
Okay.
wondering about the study guide. That's the main thing.
Yeah, you're gonna do the study guide also though, too, okay?
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? No? Okay, so I'll dismiss the rest of you and Megan's just gonna stay on so I can give her instructions, okay? All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Okay, let me just stop the recording here.